and welcome to episode 1741 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, June 30th, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, Mark's up first. What do you got, Mark?
Well, we're going to find out how much bull semen's worth.
Oh, probably pretty pricey if it's a good bull, right?
Yeah, strong bull.
You know your bull semen well, it sounds
It's
like.
a gainer bull.
I mean, there's some of those bulls out there that are so muscular. You know, I could imagine a guy paying a lot of money to get his hands on that semen.
People want their hands on it.
Yeah. I mean, a vial of bull semen from like the most muscular bull, that goes for a pretty penny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do much better.
I want to wrap my lips around that bull. I mean, get my hands on that bull semen.
Some guys are out there calling that like liquid gold, you know, like that's.
Lots of guys are. Also, did you see the Bezos wedding? I see Leonardo DiCaprio didn't want to be seen. He put his hat over his head.
He stands with Venice. Did he stand with Venice despite being at the wedding?
I think he's stood with Venice.
I'm with you, Venice.
He's got his LA hat on.
I hate myself for coming to Bezos' wedding, Venice. I love you guys.
It's not me, Leo, but it is me. And yeah, they got married.
He's messed with like full-on disguises over the years, like a fake nose, like a phony.
Well, he's doing Ozempic now. That's his new disguise is Ozempic.
Leo's PCB yanking right now.
Looks like Orlando Bloom played a song or something.
Definitely OZ. Yeah, it was like the Ozempic wedding because it was like Oprah. It was all the Ozempic people. Lizzo, probably, right? I mean, who else?
I'm sure she got an invite. Yeah,
Lizzo wasn't there. Gayle King was there. Oprah's buddy.
Yeah, another Ozempic. It was Ozempic City.
Kylie Jenner.
City. It was crazy.
You know what really pissed me off, but like totally makes sense. Like pissed me off, but totally makes sense.
Did you watch the wedding?
No, they didn't broadcast it. But on Saturday. Right, so you fly in for a wedding, and on Saturday, the Paps were like, "Here, Orlando Bloom and Tom Brady ran into Gayle King and Oprah on their Saturday morning jog." It's like if you're a celebrity on a wedding on Saturday, you get up and you jog. It's just like it's totally normal that like that's what you do. It's the thing that everyone does. It's a given.
The Kardashians, you're right. Yeah, and if you're on that little island for a wedding, you're probably going to bump into each other. The Kardashians, the Jenners, right. Tom Brady, Bill Gates, Usher, Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, Sydney Sweeney.
Even if you don't go on a jog every day, you're going on a jog that day to schmooze, probably, just because it's like
Tommy Hilfiger made an appearance.
You're there to schmooze, you know?
Yeah.
I just apparently Tom Brady was hitting on Sydney Sweeney.
Well, he was talking to her.
I mean, the headlines were leading.
When you,
but yeah, I mean, everybody was probably trying to talk to her.
Yeah. I'd say hello.
Do you think Lauren Sanchez was mad that she was there because her rack was supposed to be the center of attention?
She invited her.
Okay, well,
you think if you're Tom Brady and you go to make a move on Sydney Sweeney, you're like, he's like, this is my most impressive drive, and then he like leans in for a kiss or something.
I don't know, man. I take issue with like. The celebrities like Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry, I get it. They're friends. They did the Blue Origin thing together. But like other than that, the celebrities were the top of the pops. Which like you just it just so happens that your best friends.
Yeah, dude, Bezos has been to every celebrity party for the last like 30 years, probably.
I'm a big fan of Ellie Goulding, but what the hell was she doing there?
Then maybe she's a real friend.
Yeah.
I mean, he's friends with celebrities. That's he's was the richest guy in the world for a long time, and all he did was invite them to his yacht.
But where are your Feldmans?
Today is the
Queen of Jordan, of course, was there. We knew that.
Yacht. I mean, it's all he does. He wants to be a celebrity. He is a celebrity, but for different reasons, and so he, you know, puts himself in the room with all the other celebrities because he can pay for it.
It's weird.
Also, a flex. It was the first Flex Friday wedding. I was surprised by it. It was like it was a Flex Friday wedding. Now that's a different story. A lot of times people are doing Friday weddings for the cheapness. That was a Flex Friday wedding. That was a revolutionary.
Huge win for people that had Friday weddings. Yeah.
Huge win for Friday weddings.
And are planning on having Friday weddings. Yeah.
Also, the bridal gown or whatever you call that, the wedding dress. It was just like it was like lingerie. It was awesome. That was cool. I like that part of it.
Yeah, like that part of it. I was a fan.
That part was good. That was good.
Great.
I like that.
There's one part I did like.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to look back at that wedding and be like, "Whoa,
wearing
a dress." Yeah, like in future generations, they're gonna, when that's not the style. Anyways, I'm on deck. I got a bunch of sweet ass discoveries to tell you about today. A lot of good ones out.
Glad to hear it. And then I'm batting cleanup. Well, I'm in the hole technically, but there's only 3 of us today.
Right, but you're still hitting us home. So
I'm hitting you guys home. Hostage situation in Saginaw, Michigan, and the authorities employed some unorthodox tactics to lure the hostage taker out of his hole.
Okay.
And the results were deadly.
Interesting.
I feel like you gave us some clues there, but I don't know.
That was the idea. I wanted to give some clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out the stunning conclusion.
Paint the whole picture. All right, let's talk about bull semen, shall we?
Yes, please.
You know what I mean? So yeah, there's this place in Australia called New South Wales. Ever heard of it, Will?
Yeah, it's where it's the main. It's like that's the main county or region, whatever. It's where Sydney is.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Sweeney.
The city in this case, but yes.
What was she wearing to the wedding? You know, who cares? Bull semen, a lot of semen for that. So yeah, in New South Wales, where Sydney is, a 34-year-old man from Grafton, New South Wales. I don't think that's in Sydney because it's a farm area.
Sounds like somebody who drives into Sydney and causes problems.
Yeah, well, the guy from Grafton.
When you're from Grafton,
he's pulling a graft. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Get those
these Grafton hooligans.
Oh, he's from Grafton. Oh no.
Don't know if I trust him. He's from Grafton. Well, yeah, they shouldn't trust this guy. He's been charged with 20 offenses related to an alleged cattle theft and fraud scheme involving some high-value Wagyu cattle, the good stuff. You know what I mean?
He was wrestling. That's cattle wrestling. He was cattle wrestling?
He was. He actually worked for a cattle owner, like a ranch guy. And that guy...
Inside job.
Yeah, after years of trust, he said, hey, guy who we can't name because the media is weird overseas with the criminals. Hey, 34-year-old employee that just worked for me for years and I trust very much. I'm going to task you with selling 200 of my prized cattle. A lot of them are those Wagyus over there. You know how delicious they are and how high they go for. Can you do that? And he was like, I think I can. I think I can sell
boss.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cattle boss. Yeah. Anything for you.
Hey, cattle boss, if anyone can sell
that's 200 head of Wagyus, though. I mean, this guy is respected. He's trusted at this point.
He earned his way up. This was a long graft, a long play from the Graftoner.
It's a grift.
It's a grift, yeah, Grifton and Grafton. So that's what he did. So he goes, oh, yeah, I'll sell him. Don't worry. Give me you go on vacation or whatever. Don't worry. These 200 cattle, they're going to be sold. And then he came back to him pretty quickly and he's like, well, I've already sold 114 of them. Because he did. He sold 114 of them and 45 Wagyus in particular to himself through a third party for pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay. I was about to say the logistics of selling cattle at a high price, specifically the transpo, could be difficult because either they got to come to you, or you got to move those cattle. And that's hard as shit to wherever the big buyers are.
It's funny. I already know a guy, and he's got a place right in town here. So.
How'd he do that?
I guess he had some space, although not enough because he's also being charged with animal cruelty and neglect because a lot of the cattle that he just put to his smaller farm area weren't being fed. He didn't have the last parts of the plan worked out, right? He was like, I'm going to I've been gifted 200 cattle pretty much. I'm going to keep 114 of them in my shitty little area, but I don't have any cattle like food or anything to feed them with. So they're probably going to die, but I'll try to resell them. So that's what he was like kind of working on. This was back in 2024. And they spent about 14 months investigating him because when he came back to the boss, he was like, so it's about 3,000 a head. So you should probably owe me like 450. You got 450 grand for it. And he was like, not quite. Don't worry about how much we got for him.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, right, yeah. So eventually, yes, you have to pay the piper.
Yeah.
I could see you grifting your graft a little bit by like selling them for $4,000 and coming back and saying you sold them for $3,000. I could see that graft, but you still
no. He did like a 90% discount for himself. He bought them for a couple hundred each.
No, but he didn't buy. I mean, he didn't buy them. Right, that's stealing. That's
stealing.
Not,
yeah. I don't even know if he I don't even know if he put any money into the accounts at all. He pretty much just stole 114 cattle and said, like, I'll owe you 1/10 of the price of what we should have got for these.
Pat's plan is much more likely you'll get away with it. The skim plan.
Yeah, you got to hit a minimum. You got to hit a non-suspicious minimum.
He didn't do he got greedy.
Sell it at cost. Yeah. And you get the profit.
Or like this guy.
I have to sell these at cost
in the future, so we'll give him 20% off and that cost. No, he stole the cattle, and then after a year, they found the cattle like on his property, and they're like, "Oh, this is clearly what happened the whole time."
You robbed us. Oh, look at that.
And the New South Wales police also found some other interesting stuff. He apparently cost the guy more than $100,000 in the sale, like $150,000. So I think he bought him for at least half off. But when they searched his property, they found a liquid nitrogen tank, chock full of bull chalk. That was a hard sentence to spit out. And if you have bull semen in your mouth, you might want to spit it out. Look at the size of these guys' nuts, dude.
Ever been to a calf fry? Yeah. You think it's a chicken tender, and then you're like, wow, that's way too big to be a chicken
Those
tender.
things are hanging.
Dude, look at those things.
Nutsack. Yeah.
Below his kneecap.
To his ankles. Yeah. Pretty good.
Heft.
And that's a muscular bull, too. I mean, imagine getting your hands on that kind of bull semen. I mean, that is...
It's like a fire hose when he shoots it.
Dude, people in the farming industry are going to go nuts. You have that picture next to the vial of semen, and I mean, you're selling that thing like hotcakes.
Guess how much a liquid nitrogen tank chock full of bull chalk is valued at?
$200K?
$100,000 for one liquid nitrogen tank. One tank.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah.
So not only did he have the cows that he was starving to death, and they had to be rescued and treated by veterinary vets and stuff, and he's going to get charges for that, but they found that he was jerking the bulls that he stole off too, and keeping the nut in the liquid nitrogen tank. Yeah.
You got to jerk.
Come into the tank, Mike. Come into the tank.
He was busy.
Right. How do you get all that jizz into that liquid nitrogen
Carefully,
tank?
Pat. Carefully. Trial and error.
Just putting the tip of the dick into the tip of the tank, and then hold that there really tight when he goes.
Yeah, you don't want to see or smell the room until he's got his technique down. You know, there's probably some misfires. But he figured it out eventually. Is the plan, which is, you know, like the two things he'd figured out was how he could just physically take the cows and how he could jerk off the bulls. Those two things he had mastered.
That down.
Yeah.
He didn't have the money side down. I wish he would have figured out like a better scheme, and he could have got away. He just needed less bulls to jack off. He took too many bulls, too many penises. This guy's just he's a numbers guy. He thought that maybe the more bull jizz he could get into that tank, the better. And he had to rotate more bulls, but really he just needed like a couple.
Like a lot of movies or books, he had an idea, but he couldn't stick the landing. He didn't have the ending plotted out.
Close though, because it took a year to catch him. So I mean, the guy like, you know,
I picture him like Newman in Jurassic Park with the Barbasol can,
right?
With his bull just running to a billionaire at a helicopter with his
big ass nitrous tank. You better hope a panic show doesn't come into town. Some guy might mistake that for a good time.
Right, true. What if somebody tries to huff the bull jizz, dude?
Right,
that'd be a problem.
I'm looking here and on the internet, it says that bulls are typically ejaculated through something called electroejaculation.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where they stick a probe with electrodes into its asshole.
This guy was probing.
And it's like a prostate massage.
They milk the prostate electronically through Yeah, they like.
And then you yell, "Get back!"
Yeah, because that thing busts, dude,
everywhere.
How big is
a horse piss?
Yeah, dude. How big is a bull load? Is it like a full pint of jizz? Like what? How much?
I mean, look at these balls, dude.
It's huge.
I think they can probably fill up a solo cup.
Let me see here. How much semen does a bull ejaculate?
Yes, on average.
Get us milliliters.
4 and 8 milliliters.
How many?
Between 4 and 8 milliliters.
How many ounces is that?
Some 10 milliliters. Okay.
I feel like I've done 8 milliliters before.
Yeah, 8 milliliters to ounces is 270 fluid ounces.
Big ass balls don't even put out that.
Oh no, that's liters. 8 milliliters.
I gotta probe them again.
It's 2.7 ounces.
It's nothing.
It's 2.7 ounces. I think we've all hit that. We've all hit that.
What?
That's bullshit.
Call me a bull.
Kind of weak load these guys spitting.
Well, maybe that's why their balls are so big. Their fucking prostates or their urethras are clogged up. I don't know.
Something.
But yeah,
he's not much volume.
That's
he's
nothing.
arrested.
Hold on. How much does a human shoot? Let me see.
Yeah.
It's got to be similar.
Ejaculate.
Are we better than bulls?
Human male ejaculate.
Yeah, this is important stuff.
Yeah. Good clarification.
Human male ejaculate on average. On
how many milliliters we got?
Okay.
Tell me something good.
How many milliliters?
But 0.8 to 7.6 milliliters.
Oh shit, we can get as big as a bull. Yeah.
I told you. I feel like I've gotten pretty close to 8 before.
We're in the range.
Yeah,
we're in the bull range.
Yeah,
dude, bulls suck. I thought they came so much harder.
Why do they have those huge balls just to spit out that
what's up
human-sized load?
Look at these fucking for show balls.
They don't do
not
shit.
Doing anything extra. Yeah,
they don't do shit.
No, that's bullshit. It's like a bodybuilder that's not really strong.
That would be a great bet to lay down at a bar.
Who can jizz
a
more?
Cowboy bar. Hey,
yeah.
buddy, I'll make a deal with you. Bet you I can jizz more than that bull. And
everyone's taking you up on that.
You gotta drink it.
Oh god. You're gonna get that's gonna cause a cowboy riot though.
If you bring this bull in and challenge anyone at the bar to a bigger load than this bull, they're all thinking you're crazy. And they're
$1,000 says I can shoot more than that bull.
Yeah,
dude.
Get the milliliter things out.
If you've been saving up, you're probably gonna beat the bull, especially if it's like a working bull. Like it gets jacked off all the time.
Yeah, especially if what really turns you on is shocking people with your semen knowledge. If that's what gets you going.
What if I told you?
How did you know that you would come more than the bull?
What if I told you that the male,
I
male
still don't believe
testicle can shoot?
You're full of information, fella.
People be asking you questions.
I got a fun one. What if I told you I got a fun one here? What's the average speed of male ejaculation?
It's got to be like 25 miles an hour.
Here, I got four.
You're talking about how fast it shoots out.
How fast does it shoot out of the hose?
50 miles an hour.
All right. A, 12 miles an hour. B, 28 miles an hour. C, 63 miles an hour. D, Mach 2.
B.
No. B. Yeah, B.
Yeah, it's just so happens. I think that's the top human speed. That's the record for human speed. I believe it's 20.
Yeah, you can just pass Usain Bolt with the just. When he's at top speed, you can just shoot right past him.
You're technically Usain Bolt for that 1 second.
Yeah, Usain Bolt 27.78. So call it 28.
Right.
Yeah, so you're bolting.
I got another one for you. Now that I shocked you with the amendment, I can just get Usain Bolt in here.
I need a starter pistol and Usain Bolt.
You won't believe me. But I need to get him off the line.
A high-speed camera, Usain Bolt, and a starter pistol. And one of those guys from Guinness.
I'm going to stand here right at the 20 so he can reach his top speed. I'll time it. Oh. Anyways, yeah, this sick bastard who's jerking off bulls and stealing from his owner, he's going to jail. He owes a couple $100,000. So busted.
Yeah, he got too greedy. He got too greedy with the bull jizz.
He did. He had a pretty good plan.
Yeah, he did.
Well, also, I think he would have gotten away with the bull semen had he not stolen 114 cattle. He could have just been stealing bull semen the whole time.
I mean, that's the hack, right? It's like, hey, what are you doing over in the barn so late? Nothing. I'm just stealing your bull semen. Your unlimited resource.
Right. He couldn't. You guys are right. He could.
Hey, Jerry, have you noticed the bull's getting down to like the 1 to 2 milliliter range?
Right.
Just not getting the pop.
I don't know why that is. Drives up in a new car.
Jerry does it real quiet. Shh, big fella. Shh.
He must be a master, right? You know, like he's
the guy
got to be trained.
Top 3 in the world at getting the bull.
He's a master, all right. Well,
that's a job. That's a tough job, jerking off a bull. And it's obviously an important job, but you might need a Lucy to calm down if that's the job you're doing.
Yeah, true.
A lot of jobs.
You definitely want to pop one in before you start going to town on a bull, buddy. You're going to need to be focused and relaxed.
I feel like almost every job, including Hard Factor, Lucy's helpful. for calling you down.
Oh, honey, you having trouble studying? You distracted? Let me help you with that.
Yeah. If you don't get through school, you're going to be jerking off bulls. That's what they're doing in New South Wales. Anyways, it's 100% pure nicotine. You already know that. It's always tobacco free, and you know that.
Yep.
Lucy's Breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. A little extra juice, a capsule you can pop there, a little extra flavor, a little extra hydration. You can also set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door, so you don't have to go to the stupid convenience stores and pay more and get 1 to 2 pack. No, get the 6-pack every month.
Flavor outages. You ever try to go to a convenience store and try to get the flavor you want? Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, no.
Good luck.
Order it from Lucy online and get it shipped straight to your house for free.
It's literally the only planning that I do in my life. I will plan nothing else past a week ahead except for my Lucy order.
But it's clutch, but it comes
high priority. High priority. I'm into the mints right now. I've been into a lot of their flavors. They're all good. They go from like 2 milligrams to 12 or 3 milligrams to 12, something like that. Like it goes to 12 is my point. So anyways,
11, actually 12.
Yeah, let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/hardfactor and use promo code hardfactor to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code hardfactor to get 20% off. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
True. Now, let's talk about Incogni and your online privacy. Okay. I used to get tons of spam calls, ton of them. My email was flooded with junk. The scariest of those messages were scams, phishing or whatever. And it was terrifying to see how much they knew about me when they came to me to scam me. And it turns out my information was spread all across the internet without me knowing. And that's why we partnered with Incogni. It helps reduce spam and take control of my online privacy by taking away my private data from shady companies. With the unlimited plan, I get Incogni to remove my personal information from an unlimited number of data brokers that expose my information online. And best of all, they do all the hard work of data removals for me. So my inbox is no longer a hornet's nest. Okay. I'm not getting spammed all the time. Right now, you can get 60% off their annual plans by heading to incogni.com/hardfactor and using code hardfactor, all one word, at checkout. It's also completely risk-free. Incogni offers a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied with them removing your personal information off the internet. Live free from dangerous spam by using Incogni. That's incogni.com/hardfactor for 60% off their annual plans.
Did you say 60?
60 off.
I thought I was mishearing you, or something. Okay.
No, it's a hell of a deal.
Whoa.
It's a hell of a deal. And there's nothing better than getting your info scrubbed off those data broker sites because your spam will reduce.
Yeah, like the 34-year-old from New South Wales should get Incogni today.
Oh, yeah. Especially that guy. Yeah, especially that guy. Because his identity may not be known to us, but it's known to the locals.
In the town.
Yeah. And then that's going to get out. So,
yeah.
Get discovered, some may say. Speaking of discovery, let's talk about some sweet-ass discoveries. So a lot of good ones recently. We've all seen and lived through, if you're listening to this right now in 2025, you've seen and lived through an insane technology curve, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Ever since the invention of the Model T, basically, around the early 1900s, things have really taken off. And as weird as it seems, you'd think, like the further you go on in time, the less discoveries there are. No, actually, because of the technology curve, that means the further you go on, it means that new discoveries are only going to be happening faster and faster all the time, especially now that AI is involved with boosting human research. Okay, so you think that you're done with all discoveries, that you've discovered it all. But when you're in this technology curve, no, actually turns out you haven't discovered shit. You're actually just starting to discover.
For example,
tip of the iceberg. Exactly. Like Plato said, you're not smart until you realize you're a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, right? No, it's true. Pat, what a cute sneeze attack.
I'm having a little bit of a sneeze attack.
Very demure, not very loud.
In Chicago? Sorry.
It is.
You're doing it great. You're doing it great. Okay. And you're handling it like a professional.
It's okay.
You got it. You can barely even tell you were sneezing.
Okay.
Dainty.
Stop.
Yeah.
Will, you were saying?
Yeah. Well, for example, right? Some of this stuff, some of these discoveries that are happening all the time. For example, the Chinese can even enjoy soccer now, right? Despite the men's team never really being competitive ever, the Chinese college system remains undaunted. Now focusing on AI robot soccer matches. Instead, you can see they even have the
cart. They're wheeling that guy out on a stretcher.
The stretcher to take out the AI players who are injured.
Notice the humans are doing that. The humans
are now serving the robots. Yes, so the robots play the soccer and the humans take them out on the stretcher.
Look how small they made the robots. You think that was on purpose to be taller?
It's for cost. It's for cost. Yeah, and plus they don't want to be intimidated.
They look like Swedish men out there next to these robots.
I'm not going to take away from the Chinese women's soccer team, but everybody knows if you've watched soccer, the men don't really do very well. So in this year's finals match,
the women's don't do that well either. They do well, but they have a bunker defense. The Chinese women play 10 defenders in the 18 in the box, and they usually tie a game 0-0, and then
that's their forte.
Yeah, they just play bunker defense. It's annoying.
Their forte is just 1-0 games, and hopefully they get more ones than zeros. Yep. But that formula actually works to get them into tournaments.
It does.
The men typically don't make the tournaments.
Yes.
So they're turned into robots, which, hey, it's the future now. So maybe, hey, who cares about real soccer? Let's do AI robot soccer. That's what they're doing. And in this year's final match against Tsinghua University's THU robotics team, they defeated the China Agricultural University's Mountain Sea team with a score of 5-3 to win the championship. And won't we all look like fools, enjoying the real World Cup next summer while China, stays home again and enjoys the Robot Cup? There'll be
highlights from this shit show of 3 foot tall robots playing.
Right, just that one photograph of the guy being wheeled up.
The photograph of the robot on the stretcher was way better than the actual video highlights of the thing. So
okay. I can't imagine they're very good.
No, they're horrible.
Yeah.
They barely move, and it's all slow rollers. Yeah, nobody's like, okay. But anyways, it's good for China, right? So hey, good for them. It's gonna increase morale.
We are fucked, by the way, if this is what their colleges are doing, are building robot teams to play other colleges' robot teams.
You know what's the funniest?
In America.
No, but you know what's the funniest part of that? These college robotics teams actually had nothing to do with the robots. They were gifted by corporations. So, it's literally just a distraction. It's like
entertainment for them.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Another cool one. Kodiak Robotics in the USA is turning any vehicle it can attach its monitors into an AI driven autonomous ride. We're talking trucks, like your pickup truck. You could turn it into an autonomous vehicle, just chill while it drives for you. 18-wheelers, which truckers are pissed about, understandably, and even tanks, which is cool because what if you didn't have to fucking have a tank driver, right? That
makes a lot of sense.
Or tanks at all. Yeah.
Well, that would be great one day, but while you still have the tanks,
it's one step closer to no tanks at all, Pat.
While you still have the tanks,
I like to think about the prompt, right? Should we try to eliminate what causes war, or
just slightly limit the death by one?
While the tanks are still around, like Mark said, one step closer, right? So you may as well.
Not really, but sort of. Yeah,
kinda. Okay, but once the technology here is ubiquitous enough, you'll even be able to slap it on your own car, whatever it is, without needing to upgrade to an EV, right? Then you could just have your car drive you around all fucking day, and you just fill it up with gas,
dude.
You never.
By the way, Will,
fucking upgrade, bro.
I've been thinking about this. I got a little stoned the other day, and it dawned on me that it's going to be a thing to just cruise all day in your car. Cruising. Like people are gonna what did you do? Oh, I just cruised. I just got in my car and I just had it drive me around for 10 hours.
Dude,
I took my phone calls. Right. I mean, it's gonna be a thing.
While you're on the internet, it's your office. Basically, you could sit in the back seat. Maybe
there's already that porn series of the guy who has the Tesla that's just driving around.
I love that guy. All day. He's great.
Yeah.
No, did I
a lot more business opportunities like that out there when everyone's cruising.
I took a meeting virtually with a very one of the most a very high level guy in Hollywood, and he was moving the entire time. And I was like, when we finished the meeting, I was like, what was that about it? And they were like, oh, he does that. He has a guy drive him around all day in the back of his van.
Love it.
He has a full workstation there.
He won't even need a dude anymore. He can just attach one of these fucking Kodiaks to his shit and boom. And that guy probably could afford it today. Today, they don't even list the price. But what I'm saying is this shit's going to be so ubiquitous. Eventually, you're going to be able to get a kit for your fucking car and boom, you'll be cruising all day in the backseat chilling. And speaking of never needing to upgrade to an EV because you could do that to just your regular ass gas car eventually. Not only did Toyota prove that EVs are much worse for the globe, the environment today than standard cars, 2 teens in Pennsylvania, and we may have talked about them a little bit before, they've created a muffler that turns your regular gas engine exhaust into oxygen by using an algae filtration system.
Whoa.
And they say they think it can reduce up to 74% of the world's CO2 emissions. Pretty huge. It's already deployed in Indonesia, meaning that your car, even though it uses gas, would expel oxygen.
Almost.
Yeah.
Just in, these 2 teens are dead.
Yeah.
They're still kicking. I went to their website today. I'm hoping that.
Well, you still need gas though, right? Well, like your gas.
You need gas, but then when
big gas doesn't need to kill these people. Doesn't.
No, but then that means that you could still use a gas car, and it would reduce. It would make your emissions zero. So, already deployed in Indonesia. These kids, they're getting a lot of press. They're doing a good job.
It doesn't let the gas last longer, right? We're still gonna have to fill up as much for the big.
You still
gas.
have to fill up, but
yeah,
dude, these days with these cars, the way they like my Outback,
you're still
it's
getting
like
20 a tank or a gallon, right?
Not even a hybrid, bro. And I'm
gallon,
barely
right?
filling up. Yeah, I mean these cars are pretty gas efficient
Good
now. Plus, Toyota thinks they're gonna crack hydrogen. So this is a lot of stuff's changing in the automotive.
Do you think New Jersey will be hardliners on replacing their gas attendants with robots? Because currently in New Jersey, you cannot pump your own gas.
Which is
there
the
may be a
stupidest
bill.
thing. It's just
there may be a bill
ridiculous,
to protect them from the robots. Yeah,
I do think that would be funny if they did.
Because literally,
robots,
in China, they already have robot gas assistants.
I saw that. That's crazy,
yeah,
man.
So like they could replace those dudes today. Just buy that design, and they could replace them all. But no, I think that somebody should stand up for the gas station attendants in New Jersey.
Well, I would say the most armed gas station employees by far are probably New Jersey gas station employees.
Oh yeah, you gotta be.
Well, that's because everyone's screaming at him because it's one guy, and if 8 cars pull up at the same time, you have to wait till all 7 cars. He only does it one thing at a time, and if you get out of your car, God forbid, he's going to yell at you to get back in.
Oh my God!
No, I don't blame those guys for being strapped. Yeah,
he immediately assumes you're coming for his job if you step out of his car.
Dude, imagine if you saw a robot step out of the car, he'd fuck that robot up. He might, it's coming for his job too. Yeah. But the coolest discovery of all recently, by far, not even close. Scientists who were published, and this isn't a crazy one that I'm giving you guys. It was published by Cambridge University. Ever heard of it? Pretty good.
Oh, yeah, Cambridge.
Pretty good.
These scientists who were published by Cambridge believe that they have located Planet 9. Scientists noticed that the small icy bodies called the Kuiper Belt, which are objects on the outer rim of our solar system, they orbit far beyond Neptune. They seem to be clustered together in unusual ways, right? And their orbits align in a pattern that shouldn't exist in a chance alone. Like they should be just a straight up circle. Instead, they get bunched up, leading to the long-standing theory that we've even talked about on this show before, that a massive undiscovered planet called Planet 9 is out there gravitationally shepherding the Kuiper Belt objects together, in their orbit pattern. And so everybody that's just been a conspiracy theory for years. Planet 9, it's out there, right? Enter Amos Chen from the National Tsinghua University, sounds like China, in 2025. Amos and team realized that searching for Planet 9's heat signature would be 4 times more effective than looking for its reflected light, which was what people have been doing so far. So the researchers they figured out the data. Like, we dummies. This is easy.
Thinking about this problem all wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. So the researchers turned to data from the Akari, a Japanese space telescope that conducted the most sensitive all-sky survey, and they focused their.
Wait a minute. James Webb couldn't do this?
Well, they had data from a previous project.
Okay.
So it was easier to use because they're looking to track a planet, right? Okay. So they focused their search on a specific region of the sky where computer simulations suggested that Planet 9 should have been around those times. And based upon the orbital patterns, right, of the Kuiper Belt, that's the whole thing it's based on.
They could see it, the heat. They
they
started
looking.
You lift it up.
Yeah, look who was here recently.
And they found 2 signatures.
Yeah,
2 right where Planet 9 should be, and it's maybe Planet 9's moon.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, Planet 9 and its moon, Planet 9 and whatever else. Maybe there's another big object out there by it. But pretty good evidence that it may be out there. And if it's there, it's manipulating the Kuiper belt. And this thing is 5 to 10 times the mass of the Earth. And it takes about 20,000 years to make one trip around the sun. And it makes our solar system way more badass in general. Imagine replacing Pluto with Planet 9.
So okay, is it bigger than Jupiter?
Oh, it's bigger than Neptune. I don't think it's bigger than Jupiter, but it's bigger than Neptune. It's a big ass planet. Right. This thing and its 20,000 year orbit. Pluto it trumps Pluto. It's so much cooler.
Poor
it makes
Pluto.
Our fucking solar system so much more badass. It's just cool.
Why can't we have Pluto as 10? Why did we get rid of Pluto?
Well, because it turned out to be too small.
It's a bitch planet.
Okay, well, I mean, like we don't insult bull loads.
That's true.
Yeah,
true. Still jizz.
There's another this American team thinks they found another Pluto that they're trying to, anyways. So you could have up to 11, but really Planet 9. I mean, come on. You're going to want this big giant.
Do they know exactly how big Pluto is? They're saying it's
like
too
if you're
small.
if you're drafting planets, you're not drafting Pluto, you're not drafting this other tiny piece of ice that the new people, you're drafting Planet 9. First round.
Here's the deal. The International Astronomical Union, okay, they met and they came up with the firm new rules of what a planet is, and Pluto just didn't cut it.
It was basically to kick Pluto out, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was a campaign to kick Pluto out.
Yeah.
But now that Planet 9 has come back into play, maybe you could add like the 10th and 11th out there. But no, Planet 9 needs to be like, I mean, we need to, this thing is cool.
They say it's the size of Uranus, Will.
Yeah. The size of Uranus.
That's what I'm reading. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
No, exactly.
Well, let's come down from space, guys, and go to Saginaw, Michigan. Saginaw. Where is Saginaw, Michigan? I don't know. I've heard of it.
I don't know.
It's definitely not in the UP. It
sounds woodsy.
It definitely sounds woodsy. Most of Michigan is. Saginaw is it's like central Michigan. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's northern. It's northern. It's
right like below the mittens. It's right in the crook of the thumb for the mitten.
Below the crook of the thumb and the mitten. Saginaw, Michigan. Okay, on Friday night, guys, at the Mercantile Bank in Saginaw, that's the one on State Street, right there near the Domino's, across from the Good Arby's, there was a hostage situation that turned into an hours-long standoff with police, ending with a fatality, an injury, and an ingenious use of a drone. Okay, I got you. Did I get you guys? Did I get you guys?
Sounds like a pitch to a TV show or something.
There you go. Okay. All right. According to a post from the Michigan State Police 3rd District, officers were dispatched around 5:30 p.m. on Friday to respond to an incident in which a man had barricaded himself in the Mercantile Bank and took a female employee hostage. So,
oh man,
they didn't say exactly whether this guy was a robber or not, but I assume so. Right? If you're going to rob a bank, seems like Friday at closing time, great time to do it. Let's just assume he's a robber.
A psycho who had no plan, right? And then it went south, and
we could have had a plan that went south. And a plan can still go south, but who knows? But I don't think it was an employee of the bank. That's the other option. I think it was a robber, but I don't have that confirmed. I think it was a robber. I don't have it confirmed. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anyway, the state police, SWAT, and an FBI sniper were dispatched to the scene, and they made contact with the suspect. And after about 3 hours, it appears that the hostage taker got real thirsty. Okay, he's been there for 3 hours under a lot of stress, and they made contact with him.
He's probably yelling at people nonstop, like "Stay down!" or "Get down! Get down again! Get down further!"
Did he only have one hostage, or did he have a whole room he was having to deal with? Because that's adding to the sweat.
I know he had at least one hostage. I don't know if he had the whole room. He had at least one hostage.
I don't want any heroes.
Right, at a bank, there's got to be a water fountain. There has to be. I mean, but. Yeah. So I assume, I don't know, but I assume this guy either wanted a beer.
They got a break room, right? I mean, like you can get into the employee break room.
Yep.
Or he wanted a Mountain Dew. He wanted like a soda
everyone stay
or a
down
beer.
Except one person go to the break room. Get me some water. Like yelling stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, Michigan is pretty country.
Don't they literally do that in Airheads? Like,
yeah, that's not a bank, right? That's
they make them get him shit out of the break
radio.
Room, right?
This is a little bank. This is a little tiny bank, right? Not like an Airheads, which is a big radio station,
right?
Complex.
But still, you're going to have a break room in the back of a bank, bro.
Right. Wes and I've worked in banks, and I think we can say with certainty.
There's a break room, and there's probably a vending machine.
People probably have bottled water there.
I would say no vending machine, but water, yes. So this goes
to
the
size of the bank.
Either a beer or I'm going to put my money on a Mountain Dew. I think the guy wanted a Dew.
Yeah.
He wanted to do the Dew. I think he's probably country as fuck. I think he got real thirsty. I think the hostage negotiator was like, you know what, calm you down a little bit? A Dew.
Yeah.
So they had to get him a Dew, in a gesture of good faith. But they didn't want to put law enforcement in danger. And if you don't have like a hot shot hostage negotiator with nothing to lose or something to prove, what do? Well, that's when someone suggested, why don't we put that Mountain Dew on a drone? Why don't we hook it up to a drone, okay, and then fly it on over to him? That way no one will get hurt. He'll get his Dew.
Maybe the best way to get a Dew is via drone.
I mean, it's pretty genius. I mean, it's a thing that they can do now. Now
they should be literally Mountain Dew should be doing campaigns, marketing campaigns.
We don't know if it's a Dew. We could just assume
but they should be droning Dews to people.
It could have been a surge. Dude, I don't know.
I hope he asked for a surge. That would be the drink to get delivered via drone.
Well, they don't want to escalate the situation, Will. You know,
they'd have to
give them the surge.
Well, they'd have to figure out the ingredients and make it at home because.
Like, we don't want to turn this guy into a fucking superhero, okay?
Just change the label to Mountain Dew. Or like don't actually give him a surge.
He's asking for a surge, Sarge. Okay. Anyway, so spectators watch from a distance, and I caught a like one of these local news, but really not news, but like Facebook page guys who was filming after the incident, and he had said that the police had asked him and anyone else who was live streaming to stop their live streams because they had a plan.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah.
And this guy was like a bit of he was a light audit guy, because even after the incident, a cop came up to him and told him to move along, and he was like, "What's your name and badge number?" But he moved along, and that really kind of pissed me off because the guy admitted that previously he totally stopped his stream. Totally, he'd really complied for the big operation, but then they still told him to get back. Okay. So, there the drone went, guys. It pulled the Mountain Dew up, and it lured the robber out. So I guess he reached for it, and they pulled it back a little bit more.
Oh shit!
And then he reached for it, and they pulled it back a little bit more, and bam! That's when the
headshot range.
Dude.
Yeah, that's when they killed him.
What a move by the cops! Great move. I mean, sad. R.I.P. to the guy, but great move by the cops. What
sad. And don't forget, someone was injured. The hostage was injured as well, Will. Okay.
The hostage was injured by the glass shattering or something?
No. I'm going to show you how the hostage got injured. Okay.
Shit.
And the Schwarzenegger cop showed up and he grabbed the Mountain Dew bottle and he said, "Careful, sodas will kill you."
Right. Yeah. Because he was the presidential advocate for youth health, right? Anyway, Lieutenant Kim Vetter said, quote, when he exposed
drink so much sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Bam.
Big sip of it.
This will put you to an early grave. Standing over his blown off head.
Lieutenant Kim Vetter said, quote, when he exposed himself, the trooper was able to take a shot. So I guess it was the trooper, not the FBI sniper. And as I said, guys, a bank employee was injured during the standoff, but not how you think. Here's the video, and if you're just listening at home, what you're going to see is, and like the three of us all worked in an office together. So we're going to have a good laugh here because it's a certain type of woman that works in an office. It's a white lady. She's tremendously overweight. She's wearing a pantsuit.
Right. This lady had so many drinks this guy could have had inside the building.
Right. But she finished them all.
So many drinks.
Okay, and she hasn't run, and I'm not saying I have, but she hasn't run in a long, long time. So I guess this is after he was shot. She's running out. There's a SWAT team running in. So it's like she's running at the SWAT team. We've all seen this in like a bank robbery movie before. Here you go.
Oh, yeah, they're going in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
She takes a spill.
She fell hard. Oh, she fell hard.
She's fine. She rolls. Oh my God. First time running in years. It was like she was a toddler trying to learn to run again.
Damn.
Yeah. Poor lady. Okay.
Dude, that's the first time she tried to run in so
It's been a long time.
Oh my God.
Popped in on the footage.
She's traumatized.
Look, she's fine. She was taken to the hospital and she's fine.
She's totally fine.
She's like fine. She got taken out by the sniper.
She's fine. Look, this was big.
By the way, why did they blow his brains off? Was he threatening to kill everyone? How long was the standoff?
Just because they didn't want to be there anymore.
Are you kidding me?
Night, they wanted to get home.
Are you kidding me?
3-hour standoff. Like, dude, come on.
The Saginaw, Michigan Facebook was electric on how fired up they were that the officers killed this guy.
Negotiating step one is lure him out.
Yes. 2.
Put that Mountain Dew on a drone.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's get this show on the road.
Move it closer to me. Come on.
Let's take it to the internet real quick.
15 snipers took him out.
Let's take it to the internet real quick. Okay. So Leela Skimson says, "Thank God it's over. Did the robber get caught in Hope? Thank you to our law enforcement agencies for your diligent assistance, and God bless you all. Hats off to you." And then she comments on her own comment there. Okay, so Leela Skimson comments.
Follow up with
well, let that be a reason, because she said, I didn't say my piece. She had to say more. Right. Let that be a reason for the next idiot who tries to do the same thing. Crime does not pay, and our law enforcement agencies are not going to tolerate this kind of behavior.
Yeah, bank robbing.
Typically
they don't. Yeah.
Jody Darby comes in and says, at Leela Skimson, gunman is no longer living. And then Barbara Bomarito says, at Jody Darby, oh, my, our police face life and death situations every day. And then Leela Skimson comments,
not really relevant, but true.
Thanks all for your updates. Saginaw Township Police posted an update after it was all over. Okay. And then Carla Pappas says, Leela Skimson, I don't think, quote, caught is the right adjective.
They're all confused. Yeah, but that was the first post. Leela, okay, this is...
Well, hold on. Leela didn't like that. So Leela says, Carla Pappas, thank you for being the grammar police. And she misspelled grammar.
Yeah, she did misspell grammar there.
She really did, yeah.
Oh, is that on purpose, you think?
No, not at all.
No, definitely not.
That's a capitalized grammar.
That's like a name of a town.
Yeah. Kim Sersky comes in and says, Leela Skimson, I think she may have meant that he may have not survived. And then Angela Saxon Odell says, at Kim Kursky, I think that's what she meant as well. Oh, and then Kim Thumi Hall says, Leela Skimson, the gunman's desist. And Carla Pappas says, Kim Kursky, you are correct. That's what I meant. That the gunman was deceased, and she.
So they all told Leela, no, it's not that you missed. It's not a grammar thing. It's just you're not getting what happened, right?
The Kelsey Grammar Police. That's the show. Get out there and have a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop.